Hello and welcome to Retrotainment Recast. We're back here again with me as the judge after losing last week in The Princess Bride, and what was honestly was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be in terms of The Princess Bride, because it's kind of one that could go either way a lot of the times.
The fan polls are pretty close as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that they were very close on that as well. A few wins for me that went down as losses in our show, but then a few wins for Greg that went down as losses in the actual show as well. So always interesting to see what other people think rather than just obviously ourselves and the judge on the day. But Carl is in this week now for me, having judged last week, and he goes up against the current champion, Greg. I'm still the longest reigning champion. Greg is going to try and match that here. But Carl is going to try to become the first three-time champion. So
put them fingers down before I snap them off.
It'll be interesting going here. Interesting going. Obviously, I chose the film last week of Happy Gilmore. So, as always, it's going to be 9 characters, and the boys have
7, wasn't it?
Or was it 7 this week?
7.
Yeah,
7
7.
this week.
7
Don't
or
do
9.
that to me.
No, yeah, 7. 7 for this week. Back to our original goings of 7 and not going too big with them. And the boys will obviously, Greg will go first, champion's advantage, and if there's a draw by the end of it, the winner stays on of champion's advantage. So
which Carl actually brought in, and it backfired on him.
Backfired on him
majorly,
like, quite a few times. All right,
with a double draw. Never forget.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, anytime I've lost, it's been champions. It's because of champion's advantage, or I shall say the last time I lost was because of a character being taken out that we had agreed on.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm just putting my hands up. I've been unlucky.
To be fair, you got the exact same person I did for that one. So
yeah, you did a good job on that one.
True.
So, so obviously, lads, if you just want to take your pictures there and send them into the group chat so that I can make sure in case of any draws here.
There you go.
There we go. Have them in.
That's it.
Grand. Perfect. Have them there. Right. So we'll start with, obviously, Greg's going to give us his first one. We'll start with the big man, Mr. Larson.
Okay.
Right. So the easy choice I had for this is one that I've used majorly in the last couple of weeks was Rory Mccann. He's ideally the pick. Now, he is my overall pick, but the person I wanted to put in, I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I knew I'd end up losing, was Braun Strowman.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I went with Rory Mccann because he's the better actor.
Yeah, he is the better actor. There's very minimal acting in this role, though, really.
So but
one-liners more than anything.
I just put it in, well, he's synonymous. It's one of his very first roles. Well, big roles was Yarp.
Yeah, it is, but
so I went with him. Ideally, it was the easiest answer. I just didn't have enough confidence that Braun Strowman would be the thing. He has the physical mass.
He does, but maybe a bit too bulky though as well. Braun Strowman.
No, Richard Kiel was fairly bulky, but he was a bit older this time, so I kind of went down that route myself.
Yeah.
My first choice, and because it's a comedy as well, I was going down the route of I originally had Shaquille O'Neal in there, just for his pure size and comedy. He doesn't have to do much acting in it. But ultimately, I went with another quite tall guy. He is intimidating. I went down that route because Richard Kiel was Jaws, so I went with another iconic villain. I went with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago was good. Yeah.
Sure was Ivan Drago, but yeah.
I haven't seen him recently. Has he been up to much?
The Expendables.
Well, he did the Expendables. He did Creed 2, and he was actually pretty good in Creed 2.
Yeah, I forgot he was in Creed 2, actually.
He came back as Drago, yeah.
Yeah, he comes back as himself.
I'll tell you what, who would have been a good shout. Your man who played Drago's son, he's a big guy.
Too young, though.
Again, too young. That's why I was going to be kind of older person, and for a comedy, Dolph has done
Rory McCann looks older as well.
Yeah,
he looks like he could be a foreman.
Yeah,
I
Rory,
just-
Rory McCann does have the age on his side. Like,
I
in
just
that
can't
sense as
picture
well.
Dolph Lundgren doing that, to be honest. Can't really picture anyone other than Richard Kiel.
Ah,
to be
come
honest.
on. Yeah, well, Richard Kiel, he's that type of man, but I thought Dolph would be pretty in there as that role now, to be honest. Like, he's,
Arnie would have been the pick.
if a golf ball lands on his foot, you're going to be intimidated by Dolph Lundgren, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Intimidated by Rory McCann too, but sure, look.
You would. I actually went for someone slightly different to both of yous. I don't really know if he's been up to much in recent years, but Brad Garrett, who would have been Everybody Loves Raymond. He would have been the big
He's
brother
doing-
or
he's
the older
doing-
brother in that, is he? Or
Yeah,
is
that's
that
a good
brother? I
choice.
can't remember. But
Robert,
he's
he's the older brother, yeah.
he's a big old guy. Big
He's
hoss.
just
Yeah,
doing
that's-
voice acting now, isn't he?
It's a very good choice, actually. I like Brad Garrett for this role, actually.
Yeah,
His voice is perfect. Like, he just throws it so deep, and
yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
we'll give Ted the point here.
Yeah, I'll take the win here, lads. I'll win every point then, though. That's the issue. Those are two really solid choices. I'm trying to think. See, the only thing I really know Dolph from is being a boxer. I don't know what is
If you really want to go
I
back
know
to it,
Expendables
he was
as well, but
he was also the Punisher.
He was.
We won't talk about that though.
I really don't want to be talking about any Punisher except
He did some comedy movies as well, in the
Who's
same
the-
vein as Sly and Arnie. Kind of just he was an 80s action hero.
He done.
That's what he
Didn't he
was.
do Kindergarten Cop 2 after Arnie? He did
Yeah,
Jingle All the
he
Way
did.
2 or 3 or something as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about him. I only really know him as Ivan Drago.
Drago.
He was
Um,
a monster.
Well, the Expendables as well. He's in all of them.
Yeah.
He's only in the first one, isn't he?
No, he's in them all.
He's
Oh, is
in
he?
all of them, yeah.
I've
Well,
seen
they're
the
all
first one.
basically the same, really. Anyway, so
Pretty
like,
much.
you know,
Pretty much.
one you're in all of them. The thing is with him being Ivan Drago, he's never. Drago's not like an idiot, which is kind of what the foreman comes across as in this. Like they kind of play him off as this big, yeah, he's a big strong guy, but he's an idiot.
That's only when he gets the nail gun in the head.
I don't know that it is. I think the whole time they kind of play him off as like he's a
Yeah,
bit
well,
of
they do,
a
because you can see
a
them when
dopey idiot. Like
when they're working.
He is
they're not doing any work, and he's still just letting them away with it.
yeah,
When he is an actor, he can play stupid.
I know. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of him as what I know of him as an actor is kind of where I'm coming from, and I think
He
that's
was
where,
quite naive. He was quite naive in Aquaman as well. I'd be honest.
Was he an Aquaman?
He
Who
was.
the hell was he in Aquaman?
Yeah.
He was the king that got killed.
Right. Well, we won't talk
Yeah.
about that just as much as we don't talk about the
Yeah, let's not talk about Aquaman too much. No, I think I will go with Rory McCann. I think it is the yarp that sells it for me. I know that Rory McCann can be the big dopey idiot. I still think my pick would have beaten either of yours, but
It would have, yeah.
It would have. 100%.
I think he's the perfect. When I think I don't even know how I came up with him because it's been years since I watched Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's a great
but I
show.
like,
It was,
That's a
brilliant.
That's a
yeah,
great
it was
pick.
great, but I was like, I can't. I was like, he had a big brother, didn't he? I was like, how big was that lad? He was a big old lad.
He
I
is a
was
big
like,
unit,
yeah,
isn't he?
he's the guy. He's the guy.
Remember, he played
Yeah,
a
he's
cop
a-
in it as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
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 All right, so Greg is 1-0 up. So Carl's on the ropes early here.
On the ropes already.
The big shot from Mr. Larson hits early.
Let's go with
Can I change mine to Tyson Fury, and will that win?
no. We'll give Carl one that he wasn't sure about including in the first place, but the Orderly, which was obviously Ben Stiller, who went uncredited.
Orderly
film.
Hal.
He did.
Yeah, Orderly Hal.
This was a debate that we had to put him in or not put him in.
It was.
Yeah.
I wasn't too keen on putting him in it.
I'm not
just 'cause
entirely sure
it's-
why he wasn't credited.
He
he
didn't want to be
doesn't just-
credited.
Yeah, he doesn't have a small, major, insignificant role either.
Yeah.
And he got a second movie out of it. We won't talk about that one either.
No.
Oh God, no! That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
You
Hubie Halloween.
You definitely have not seen Bucky Larson Born to be a Star. Don't ever put those two in the same sentence, ever.
I wouldn't. The choice I went here, I was going for a comedy actor who I know can play angry, kind of thing. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay, yeah, I can see Joseph
I like
Gordon-Levitt
that.
because
You know, he's not too old as well. I was trying to think of someone because the orderly is not old in this film.
yeah,
You
true.
know, so I was just trying to think of someone kind of on the young side, kind of middle age kind of thing. So just like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he can play this role. You know, it's
Yeah,
not a huge role in the movie.
he's
So
a great actor as well. And it's
yeah,
a minimal role.
yeah. And we know Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he can come in and just do these
yeah.
bit part roles.
Yeah, he's happy to do them. Yeah,
I think that's what he's become now, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped being the star of anything, really.
After Batman, really, he thought he was going to kick on.
Yeah, and he just kind of took a step away.
Oh no, he done that one with ScarJo, didn't he? He done Don John that he wrote himself.
He directed that as well, yeah.
Yeah, he wrote and directed himself in a sex movie with ScarJo.
Smart man. Smart man.
So
Can't fault the man.
I had two people, right? On the list I sent in, I've just wrote it down to one. I had Jonah Hill as my backup.
Yeah, I could sort
Really,
of. Yeah,
you know the way like he gets really angry really quickly in certain things. But I went with another. Sorry, got heartburn there. I went with another comedy actor. I went with Rainn Wilson,
which is Dwight from The Office.
Dwight,
if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
I do love Dwight.
I love Dwight.
The thing is with Dwight, go ahead, Carl. I'll see what you have to say because I think you're probably thinking the same lines as me here for Dwight.
He's too straight, too much of a straight man kind of thing. You know,
I don't know about that now.
He's kind of already on the edge of angry. You know,
so is Ben Stiller.
It's kind of more of he's calm and then straight into angry. There's a huge jump instead of this tiny jump in which Rainn Wilson kind of plays most of his characters. There's a huge jump up from the calmness straight into anger with Ben Stiller and the way he plays these roles.
I was more going off Dwight having his little side businesses in the office. You know, way Orderly Hal has like the quilting bit and the landscaping thing.
Yeah, I can see that. The thing for me with Rainn Wilson, and I think he is a very good actor, so I think he could do it anyway.
I think he's great.
When I think of Dwight, I think he's a very straight shooter who can get wound up quite easily. But the thing with Orderly Hal is that he's a naturally angry guy, you know, quite mean and vindictive to these people, but he's able to put on that sweet face to whenever he needs to talk to anybody in front of, you know, in front of Happy. He's the nicest guy in the entire world, and he's like, oh yeah, we'll get you tucked in and all that. I don't see Dwight being a nice guy like that too often. He's
what if Happy was Michael Scott?
See, he's not even that nice to Michael. He just sucks up to him loads. He's not particularly nice to Michael either. He's like, he punches him in the chest and all. So he's not really nice to him either. The person I went with was Ivan Rion, which would have been Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones.
Nope, don't like that.
I don't know him.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I was thinking, I know you haven't seen it, Carl, but when you think of him when he first catches Theon Greyjoy, the Greyjoys, he's real nice to him, and he's like, yeah, I captured you, and he's like, and brings in the girl, and he's like, oh, this lad's really friendly, and then he's like, yeah, and then I cut your dick off. I was like, whoa, this guy goes from like, you know, happy to like complete psychopath.
The only thing with that is, again, if you're going with Dwight not being 0 to 100 in a second, he's not either. He's more calculated in the way he does it.
So is this guy. This guy is very calculated in the way he does it. He's very calculated to be nice in front of the people he needs to be.
Yeah, but there's no real explosion of emotion from him.
There is. Of course there is. When he's like, you can get you a nice cool glass of shut the hell up.
No,
like,
not Hal. Ramsay.
There is. He loses the plot quite a few times.
Yeah, well, I'd have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, no, I thought he'd have been quite good. And again, it's the young age. I think kind of helps him. Because obviously
Yeah.
Kurt Leal's meant to be quite a young guy. I'll go with Joseph Gordon-Levitt there because I don't think Rainn Wilson fits into that role overly well.
I should have just picked Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe.
Did any of you see his Halloween costume last year?
No.
So we were coming out to the Packers Halloween party and he dressed up as Orderly Hal.
Right.
He actually grew the mustache and everything.
Oh, deadly.
Really.
I don't know if that would have won it for you either, but because I hadn't seen it. So.
Honestly, I was afraid when you said Jonah Hill because that very easily could have won that one there.
Yeah, I think Jonah Hill would have probably been a stronger shout.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I had Seth Rogen as a backup as well. Who I thought could do
not up to much now, really.
Exactly, which is why you could stick him into this for 2 minutes and we'd be happy enough with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1-1. Back to Greg here, and we'll go with a bit of a bigger one here. Chubbs.
Okay.
I had 4 names.
This was a tough one. I thought.
He's a tough old one, Chubbs, isn't he?
I had 4 names on this, right? So I had Denzel as one of them. And I was
Too
like,
big of a role.
oh yeah. Well, it wasn't really because when you look at Carl Weathers was a huge name.
Yeah, but Denzel's the wrong kind of.
Oh no, just I put him in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had 3 names. Oh no, 3 names. I had Jamie Foxx as the other one,
Mm.
and I was like, no. And then I watched something the other night, and I was like, yes. I watched The Longest Yard, and I went with Chris Rock.
Okay, Chris Rock I could see in this role, yeah.
See, with the thing with Chris Rock, I try to stay away from the Adam Sandler crew. He's very much an Adam Sandler guy, and just would have been,
I was more thinking with it's all in the hips and the way he is as caretaker.
Yeah.
And the way he is in Jay and Silent Bob as well. I was like, yeah, he does Chubbs.
Yeah, that's part. I think that is part of what you need to think of with Chubbs is it's all in it, like sneaking up behind him.
And then it was like, and then he's like, oh, hey, get away.
Yeah, you have to be able to do all of that. Yeah.
Who I chose for this was Lawrence Fishburne.
Morpheus.
Well, you say Morpheus, but I'm more thinking of his comedy roles, and he has he has that smooth talking. He's a smooth talking guy. So like I can picture him going, it's all in the hips, and doing his little movements like that. Lawrence Fishburne, I can definitely,
I generally don't see it. I can only ever picture him as Morpheus or the guy from John Wick.
Yeah, I think that's where my head goes straight away. Matrix.
He's so much more than that.
Oh no, I've seen him in loads of things.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic actor, but I do think that's where my head naturally goes with him.
Was he in one of the Fast and the Furious? Or no, he was in a racing film anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking of the latest thing that I've seen him in would be Blackish.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it.
It's a TV show. Like he plays the granddad in it, and he's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I must say now, I did love him as Morpheus in The Matrix.
I do love him, but he's not meant to be funny in The Matrix either. He's not meant to be. I had 2 here. The first one I thought was Kevin Hart, but I don't think Kevin Hart fills the role of it's all in the hips bit properly. No. And he's a different kind of comedy.
The older retired.
Well, it wasn't the fact that he was retired. He had to. He had no choice.
Yeah, they don't really specify that he's old.
He was old, but he was though.
Yeah, I know he was older in this. Yeah,
he's older in this, but yeah, that they're not like he's too old to still been playing golf or anything.
Yeah.
But the one I would have went with would have been Craig Robinson, which is Doug Judy.
Nice.
I think he's the perfect kind of one to play off here.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about it now, John David Washington might have been a good shout as well. Denzel's son. Watching him in Ballers, he was so good as I
haven't seen him in enough to play some.
Anyway, I went with Chris Rock, so I'm not going to change from that.
Yeah, no, Chris Rock or Lawrence Fishburne. I think I'm going to have to go with Chris Rock just because I can't picture Lawrence Fishburne enough in comedy roles. I just picture him as Morpheus more than anything.
You need to watch Blackish.
I do need to get onto that. I know he has done comedy because he was in I'm pretty sure he was in Boys in the Hood back in the day and stuff as well. So I know he has done.
He was, wasn't he?
I know he has done comedy, but for me, when I hear his name, I'm like Matrix, and then the second film on that list is John Wick, and I'm like, he's not really a comedy guy in either of those. I do like him as an actor though, but yeah, I'll go with Chris Rock. So,
do you know, Carl, I was waiting for you to change it to a white guy so I could null and void your whole argument.
Yeah,
no, wasn't doing that.
Yeah, I was 100%. I was 100% waiting for it. And I was going to be like, he actually states he was the first Black Tour winner.
Yeah, I'd have to have gone with no matter who Greg picked, as long as it was a black person, you would have lost if you picked the white guy for that one, unfortunately.
Wasn't doing that.
I didn't need it. In the end, I won. It's fine.
Yeah. Right, we'll go with another relatively big shooter in this. Shooter
McGavin.
Yeah.
Played originally by Christopher McDonald.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at this one, I was just like, okay, I want an actor there that just has the biggest punchable face that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to think, like, it does. You really on this role, it doesn't really matter what age they are, because
Nope.
He's just a stuck-up arse basically, and with a very punchable face. So I went with Justin Timberlake. Because who wouldn't want to punch him in the face? Let's be honest.
I don't know that I do want to punch Justin Timberlake in the face. I quite like JT.
I don't mind Justin Timberlake. He's a good actor, but he has a punchable face.
Does he really?
That's.
I don't know that he does.
I think he's quite a nice guy.
Yeah, I don't think
he has a punchable face.
I genuinely don't think I've ever been like, yeah, that's someone I'd love to punch in the face.
well, differences of opinion, I suppose.
I don't know.
But I think you can play this role. I think you can play this role, and anyway, I can picture him being the cocky.
Yeah.
I could picture him being the cocky arsehole, basically.
What do you think? Use your 9-9. Give me my wedge.
Yeah.
Tipped in. You're fired.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, no, I
instantly
can see him
picture Justin Timberlake in that role.
I could see him doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
okay.
Right. Greg, who have you got?
I went with someone who does actually have a face like you look like you'd like to slap. I don't think I would, mind you, but I went with an actor you picked in the last one, Carl. I think it was the last one.
All right.
No, it wouldn't have been the last, would it? Because Carl was judging the last.
Well, I could have been a judge.
Yeah, he was just a pick.
Yeah.
I went with Michael Shannon.
Okay.
Wasn't it the last one that you used it in?
I did, yeah.
I think he could play that cocky, arrogant, and he kind of has the look of a golfer about him.
Yeah, to an extent, I suppose he does. Yeah.
And then again, I suppose nobody can ever say what a golfer looks like.
Yeah, anybody.
That's true.
Anybody could be a golfer. Yeah, I think that is kind of the main thing with this. It's it's more just the cocky arrogance and the swagger he carries around with him.
Yeah.
I actually thought Rainn Wilson would have been good for this role. I think he would have been quite good here.
Maybe.
Bill Hader was another one I had.
I had Bill Hader on the list as well. I was like, Bill Hader would be right up there. Who I went with was Dr. Cox, though. I was like, Dr. Cox would be brilliant in this role.
John C. McGinley.
Yeah. The age doesn't really matter because he's not.
No, it doesn't.
He's not too old to still be considered a top pro golfer. He's not past that age yet. So I was like, he would be deadly in this role.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like him, and his quick one-liners and the way he delivers things in Scrubs was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he would just be so solid in that. I don't know. I'm not mad on either of your choices, to be honest. I
pick mine.
I don't know. I'm not really mad on either of your choices. Do either of you have anything to sell me even further on either of your choices there?
What I will throw in, because I did do a bit of research on it, Justin Timberlake is actually a celebrity golfer, and he plays quite well. He has a
So does
very.
Bill Murray, but that doesn't mean he gets picked for this part.
You know, Bill
I mean-
Bill Murray was. I'm just throwing an extra point.
I'm not saying I wouldn't pick Bill Murray there.
Yeah, I'm just throwing an extra point. You know, so I mean, you could picture him wearing the stupid golf clothes.
Yeah,
You know?
I could. Yeah.
He wears
I
quite
can picture-
he wears quite the mundane golf clothes. Really, it's all plain for Shooter.
Yeah, but you can change that.
Apart from you can't change that. The movie's going to be made the way the movie is made. The one thing is though, can you see him being a right absolute dick to
Yes,
Yeah.
Virginia?
Yeah.
100%.
I can. Yeah, I could see JT being a dick to anybody. I like the guy, but I think he'd have it in him to be.
I generally don't think he does, but
I think he does. I like the guy, but I think he does have that in him. Do you have anything to sell me on Michael Shannon?
it's Michael Shannon. It's not JT. JT's a good guy. Don't make JT the bad guy here.
I don't know that Shooter is the bad guy. Do you know
Shooter is a dick.
he's a dick, but
He
it
is a
doesn't mean he's a particularly bad guy.
Technically, he's a cheating dick.
Yeah, I suppose he does pay that guy to cheat.
He does, and he then tries to get him kicked off the tour. Don't make JT the bad guy.
I don't know.
JT is too suave to be a bad guy.
Yeah, but that's what Shooter is. He's the real suave guy, you know.
But he's
Exactly.
the suave bad guy. He's a cheating dickhead. And he's a thief. Don't forget that. He's a thief.
Yeah, but I can see
Okay.
Justin Timberlake doing all that, like doing the thing
Have
where he
you-
runs away with the jacket.
Have you
and all.
seen this? Have you seen The Social Network?
Yeah,
The Facebook film?
Have you seen Justin Timberlake in that film?
yeah.
I
That's
think
what
I
I was
wa-
kind
I
of
think I
thinking.
There
of
watched-
him in.
there,
I think I
there,
watched
there
that
you
when
go.
it came out. I couldn't tell you.
That's where I was kind of thinking of him being the dick as well. Yeah, and I can see
Exactly.
him running away because especially when you see him on like Saturday Night Live when he does the little comedy bits in there, he's
Yeah.
quite
He's
you
still
know.
doing them.
I don't think he does them so much anymore, but when he did do them, like he got quite into the being goofy and being not being Justin Timberlake,
Exactly.
So yeah, I think I am going to go with Justin Timberlake on that one. I do like Michael Shannon, but I don't know if he fits that role.
I did have John Hamm in there as well. But
John Hamm, good work. I think if you'd gone with Bill Hader, I think I would have gone with Bill Hader because that was someone I had there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not what you went with. So 2-2. Right, we'll go with a tough one here. We'll go with the grandma.
this generally could be anybody.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, I suppose you kind of do want to go with someone. There is
Old.
there's certain characteristics that I do expect, like that I kind of expect for this as well. So we'll see if either of you hit them with the choices you go with.
So it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you,
Yeah.
Greg.
So I had two names on the list, but one name was to do when I had a different happy.
Okay.
So my backup would have been Goldie Hawn
Okay.
as a good actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatnot. But I went with Susan Sarandon.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bit part. She's kind of the smaller, frail of the two.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, I like Susan Sarandon. Great actress too.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went with good old Maggie Smith.
She's not acting anymore though.
Maggie Smith is acting.
I thought she retired because
She's-
her cancer came back.
It did, but she's going to be in the new Downton Abbey
Oh, is she?
movie. She is.
Well, then that kind of
Yeah.
negates my pick because I thought she
Yeah.
was literally one of the first names on my list.
I mean, well, obviously, my first choice would have been Betty White if she was still active. Betty
Yeah,
White, I would have chosen.
That's who
I would have
that's who
chosen
wanted.
hands down. You know,
I
Well,
wanted
I mean,
Betty
I mean
White,
to say it was between her and Thing for all those kind of roles.
yeah. So
Um,
Maggie Smith, I did check, and she's going to be in the new Downton Abbey film. But they're filming it.
I thought
So-
I thought she.
I thought she was done. Yeah,
I thought she was
seen the
done.
cancer
done.
come back. Yeah.
Is she she kind of had, and then she.
But
I know
isn't
it might only
I-
be a little bit part role that she's going to be in the new Downton Abbey thing.
actually, when
But
you look at it,
she's going to be in it.
This is
there's a
quite a bit
recent
part
picture
role
of
as well.
her. There's a recent
Yeah.
picture of her, and she's in bad shape in a wheelchair. That's what I seen.
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe that's what they want, and maybe that was from the filming of Downton
I think
Abbey
I
as
sent
well,
I
you
think
know?
I sent it in to you actually, didn't I?
You did, yeah, but like that could be from the filming of Downton Abbey. You
Oh,
know,
it could
maybe
be now.
they're writing her off. Maybe she's not in that bad way either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had stayed away from her because I think that she was someone I was going to put in. Same as Greg, I was kind of like, oh, if she's not acting, like you can't really use her.
Yeah.
I went with Meryl Streep, who I thought would have done the grandmother role quite well here.
I had thought that, but I don't think she takes that role.
No, I don't think so.
She doesn't. She wouldn't. I don't think she'd play a frail woman.
Yeah, possibly not. Yeah. But I was like, I think she'd fit the kind of, the sweet old grandmother role, which is what I was going to say. Like, it has to be someone who's like, that sweet, because that's the way that she's portrayed the whole time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Could I trouble you for a glass of water? Like real. I don't want to be a hassle to anybody.
Of course.
Can I trouble you for a glass of warm milk?
Yeah.
You me for a glass of shut the hell up.
Yeah, I think. I don't think there can be any arguments here. If she's still acting, the answer is Maggie Smith, isn't it? Like there's no two way about that one, really. I don't think. I do like Susan.
That one.
Yeah, I do like Susan Sarandon, but I think I think even yourself, Greg, if you'd known Maggie Smith was an option,
that would have been the pick. But like when I seen the thing, I was like, nah, she's done.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But Carl goes 3-2 up, so
with 2 to go.
2 to go. So if Carl wins this one, that's the end of it for you, Greg. But if Greg wins, then Carl needs to win the next one following that. So we'll obviously go with Virginia here. Keep happy till last.
Julie Bowen's Virginia.
Yes.
So I went with someone who can play the kind of innocent character, but can also be a badass, because we've seen her do it in many movies.
It's going to be Zendaya, isn't it?
It's not, because she's a bit older than Zendaya, so I was just trying to think around that age. Also, I wanted to pick someone that would look smoking hot in those fantasies. And who wouldn't want to see Anna Kendrick in those fantasies?
Me.
Not a fan of Anna Kendrick, Greg, no?
I don't mind Anna Kendrick, to be honest.
Yeah, I think she'd be a good reporter.
You know, she'd be a good reporter. She could play a good love interest, and she has the,
she has
those characters.
Yeah.
She does, and she has those characteristics for about her. And she's, just what her personality is, she'd have the crack doing those fantasy scenes.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good that's a good pick for that. Now, to be fair, Greg.
I have about 4 people here.
Right, well,
of course you do, your horn dog.
Right? Don't call me Rockhound for no reason.
Let me guess, Margot Robbie.
No, because Virginia isn't overly the best. Like, she's not meant to be overly smoking hot in this. Like, don't get me wrong, Julie Bowen's great looking woman, but like Margot Robbie's on a whole different planet.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
So a couple of ones I had Samara Weaving.
Yeah,
she could have done it. I had Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
And I had Julia Fox. And I was like, they could have worked. And then when I settled on a different pick, I got this one from something, and I went with Blake Lively.
Okay.
It was obviously Ryan Reynolds' missus.
Oh, yes.
Both of them actually were in a movie together last year. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively.
Ready?
They were actually. I think it was a Netflix film.
Was it B-rated?
Kind of murder, kind of murder mystery type thing.
Yeah, like I like Blake Lively. She's a good actress. And Virginia's kind of straight up, and then you have that weird fantasy. Well, it's not a weird fantasy, but like it just changes her character completely. Like, yeah.
So I actually thought Nathalie Emmanuel. I don't know. She would have been in Maze Runner, and she was
Yeah, I know
she was
what it is.
in Game of Thrones and stuff as well. I thought she would have been quite good for this. She's not a huge actress either, so like it'd be a good.
Yeah, like Julie Bowen wasn't huge when this came out.
Exactly, that's what I was kind of thinking.
True.
She wasn't that big. I also thought Emma Stone would have been really good for.
Yeah,
this.
I had thought that, but I thought she might just be too big and might overshadow some of the cast.
Possibly, but again, you could use that as the selling point then that
Yeah,
she is in
I
it,
suppose,
she
yeah,
is
because
in it quite a lot.
Carl Weathers was the big name really in this at the time.
Yeah, and he was kind of just.
Yeah,
It was Adam Sandler in the 90s. There was,
but this is only one of his first one.
This is one of his early 90 ones as well. This is when he
True,
starts
but
to
still.
kick on. So yeah, it's not, he hasn't built that name just yet at that point. So I think Carl
yeah,
Weathers is
we think we looked this up. This is his second one, isn't it?
second or third or something. Yeah,
because it was Little Nicky or Billy Madison. One or the other was the first two.
Yeah,
I actually didn't like either of them.
You, sir, can Ted kick him out?
Well, Little Nicky because of the voice. I
Yeah,
can't stand when he does
the
that voice,
stammer
and it's
thing,
the
yeah.
whole movie.
No, that's not true. That is false.
That's most of the movie.
He gets it not straight. Yeah.
But anyway, we're not talking about that.
No, we're not. I don't know. This is.
Go on, set up the final and see who has the better happy.
I would like.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that.
I would like to set the final, but that's not what this game is about. You know, it can't just be doing that every time. Otherwise, that's what we do every episode, and it'd become way too obvious. No,
and then Champion's Advantage as well. It's just not fair.
Yeah, it takes too much of a risk.
But it can't be Champion's Advantage if it's a one-on-one shot in the final.
No, but then if you had the same one, you'd win. So you would still have the advantage in the Champion's Advantage of that.
Yeah, there is that. I doubt we have the same one though.
I don't know. We've taught that in other ones, and I've been like, I've got a dead cert here, and no way Carl is going to get this. And then he's like, that's who I had.
Jason
like,
Momoa.
Oh. Yeah, all three of us. Oh,
we all three of us had that.
Didn't think that was going to be the case. I do like Blake Lively, but no, I think Anna Kendrick would clean that role up. Yeah, I think she'd be deadly in it. I wasn't even thinking about her for that role, but I think she'd be really good in that. So that's a
bullshit call.
I don't think it is.
I'd like the referee in here now.
That's 4-2 to Carl, but we'll have to finish off anyway with our big star of Happy Gilmore. So who have you got for this, Greg?
Your mum.
Well, I don't think you're going to win on that. So Carl. No, go on, Greg. Who did you actually have in?
I went with Ryan Reynolds. I had Goldie Hawn as the nanny. I went with Wyatt Russell. It was obviously Johnny Walker in
Captain
America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because Goldie Hawn's his ma.
Yeah.
And I thought it might be a bit fun. And then I changed to Blake Lively when I went with Ryan Reynolds. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that might have hurt you because I think you were just like, yeah, they're an actual couple.
No, I thought the two of them, because they, like, have you seen them on social media? The two of them are literally hilarious banter.
I know, yeah, but that's because they're actually a couple as well. You know, they have that rapport. I think that might have. I think if you look back on this, I think you might realize that you swayed yourself with your own picks, which has happened to all of us.
Definitely has. My original choice here would have actually changed the grandmother as well. I was originally going to choose Kevin Hart for this role, which it would have changed the grandmother. The grandmother I would have chosen probably Angela Bassett or something. I would have chosen. My original choice was Kevin Hart. I didn't choose Kevin Hart for it. Just I think the quick to anger kind of golf kind of thing. I was just like, all right, why not? But I decided instead, Andy Samberg.
Yeah, Carl would have.
I thought he was the obvious choice.
Yeah, the first name that came to my head when I thought of this was Andy Samberg.
Generally don't see. Actually, the very first name that came to my mind was Sean William Scott, but you might be a bit too old now.
I think it would be.
Yeah, he probably is. See, I think Andy Samberg isn't as young as I always think he is. He's actually in his 40s.
He
But
just looks young.
he does look. He looks very young. I think it's the goofiness of him. You know, he's like.
Yeah.
I think I'm swaying myself by not watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I don't put him in anything.
It's not even just Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's
It's
not just that.
even when you think of him as you know, the songs that they've done.
See, I've only ever seen the songs. I've never seen the videos for them.
Yeah, but if you like, he's writing them like that. That's coming from his mind. So that's the kind of guy he is like. And if you
Yeah.
watch some of the videos, they're just like you can see exactly what he's like when he's wandering around just doing
Sure, he
nonsense.
plays Sandler's son in a film as well, doesn't he?
That's my boy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I did.
I'm not even talking about that.
Yeah, but that's the first name that came to my head when I thought of Happy Gilmore. Is like he is
Before
Happy
we left
Gilmore.
before we left last week, that's the name I wrote down.
Yeah, same as me.
Underneath
I was like,
Happy Gilmore, like I didn't even write anyone else.
Andy Samberg, there you go. That's him done. Yeah.
Yeah, no, see,
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything really, so I don't bother.
No, yeah, his demeanor, his way of going about things. You don't see him get angry too often in anything, but like even when Happy's angry, it's not like scary angry, it's more funny angry. So I'm like, yeah,
Apart from trying to stab someone with a hockey boot.
Yeah, you don't get to see him do that, you know.
Yeah, you do.
True.
There's part of the blooper reel that you can see.
Yeah, but like it's not the actual film, yeah. But yeah, so Carl takes it with a big win.
5-2.
5-2, a big win here. So Carl will continue on into next week as our champion, first 3-time champion. But
first 3-time champion, so it's 3-2-1.
Yeah, 3-2-1, but still the longest reign belongs to me.
True.
I've
Very
only
true.
needed one to still stay ahead of you boys. Unfortunately, Greg couldn't hold on to it for this week. So what's your film for next week?
I actually didn't have much to hope with this one anyway.
No?
I struggled really badly picking these.
Yeah. I didn't find this one too hard, but I think it's possibly because I've watched Happy Gilmore so many times in my life.
I struggled really badly.
I'm not gonna lie as well. I had Happy Gilmore, I had Virginia, and I had Mr. Larson. I actually had Shaq for Mr. Larson instead of Dolph. Actually, would I have won with Shaq, just out of curiosity, instead of Rory Mccann?
No, because Shaq is the he's. It's not that he's not intimidating, but I'm so used to Shaq. I'm just so used to Shaq being the nice guy.
But I had those three up until today, and then I was just like, right, I really need to focus in and do the rest of them up. So
as I said, I lost my.
It was difficult enough.
Also, with Andy Samberg as your Happy, I was like, just imagine Doug Judy as his coach, as Chubbs. I was like, the two of them together is just comic gold.
He's very good as Daryl in The Office as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's pretty much like that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, except he's a criminal in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Right, but I'm gonna actually start that tonight.
Yeah, you should. It's so good.
You'll love it.
It's on Netflix. Everything up till the last season is on Netflix, I think.
The last season's on Prime, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Not yet. It's not out yet.
But regardless of that, Greg, what's your choice for us this week or for next week?
I'm gonna change this up a little bit and see how we do this.
Okay.
So I was talking to you beforehand, and I'm gonna pick a movie franchise that has people that kind of appear throughout them all.
Okay.
Rather than just picking one, because I love the movies and the franchise, and there's not enough people in just one of them that I can get away with.
Right.
So it's gonna be one that's appeared on both Retrotainment and the Sherlock reel.
There's been a couple of them, so
it was a winner on the Sherlock reel. We're gonna go with Rocky.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
This is just Rocky. The Rocky franchise.
Yeah.
Not Creed. Not Creed.
Just Rocky. Okay.
Because Creed is technically part of it, but I don't count them as Rocky. Yeah, no, so it's Rocky 1 to 5 and Balboa.
Yeah, okay. I'm into that.
I'm down. I'm down.
So we'll work out the characters off screen, but I said I'm gonna change it up a little bit here.
Yeah, could be interesting. Obviously follow us all on everything that we do. So obviously Carl on the Sherlock reel and here on Retrotainment Recast, Greg on the Slab, Retrotainment, and the Red Devils Report, me on Retrotainment, Retrotainment Recast, all that, all on the Dynamo Podcast Network, except the Sherlock Reel, which is on its own channel.
And don't forget to vote on the polls that will be coming up.
Yeah, they'll be on Carl's Instagram, and the link will be in the Twitter and all those things. So you'll be able to find them.
Carl Sherlock.
At Carl Sherlock, easy to find them. So vote on those. Let us know if you think that Carl should have won or if he shouldn't have. And until the next episode, good luck.